Do-do-do-do-do.
George, where are you? How many have you seen George? He's an old Chelsea pensioner like myself. He's 87 and he's just got engaged to a young woman of 23. Oh, I warned him. I said, George, don't marry her. It could prove fatal. He said, oh, well, if she dies, she dies. I don't know. You know, we volunteered together for the Great War. Well, I did. George, he volunteered for a women's regiment. But they rumbled him at the medical. They got his coat buttoned the wrong way. And one night when we were on guard duty, we caught two young nurses trying to creep into camp at 4 o'clock in the morning. I said to one, I said, "Halt, who goes there? Don't you know you're out after hours?" They said, "Oh, thank God, we thought you were out after hours." Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And then Armistice Day, I'll never forget that. Armistice Day outside a pub called the Inside Inn. And during Armistice, they got swings outside the Inside Inn, roundabouts outside the Inside Inn. George was outside the Inside Inn, having one or two in his inside outside the Inside Inn. Well, then he went inside the Inside Inn. He had a lot more in his inside the Inside Inn. He comes outside the Inside Inn. He went onto the swings and the roundabouts outside the Inside Inn. And the last time I saw him there, he was outside, heaving up his inside up against the outside of the Inside Inn. Oh, very old guy. And the barmaid, you know, she wouldn't serve him. She said, "George, I'm not giving you any more to drink. You're drunk. You're blind." He said, "Blind?" He said, "I'll show you how blind I am." He said, "You see that pussycat coming in through the door? Well, it's only got one eye." And the barmaid said, "George, that pussycat's going out." But he married her, you know. He did. He married that ugly. Oh, my God, if she'd been Indian, she'd have been sacred. I said to his dog at the wedding, I said, "What do you think of a rover?" He said, "Rough, rough." Oh, dear, oh, dear. Do you know she was so ugly she used to get obscene phone calls, reverse charge? And she said one day, said, "George," he said, "you're very unfair to me, you know. What would you do if you came home one night and found a strange man in bed with me?" He said, "I should go out and shoot his guide dog." Oh, George, I know where he'll be. He'll be at the pub having a drink with the Scottish Highlanders, because he were in the Scottish Highland Regiment, you know, when he were a young man. Oh, girls, you'd have loved him. He was so sexy. Little tam o' shanty, you know, and his kilt and his sporran. And oh, the trouble we had with that. I'll never forget that Thursday. He'd been on guard duty all night. He was dead tired. He gets onto the bus to go home. He sits down, he falls fast asleep. And the conductor comes up to him and he says, "Here, you can't bring that dog on the bus." George said, "Dog?" He said, "That's not a dog." He said, "That's Miss Sporran." And the woman next door to him fainted. Well, they brought her two, and they brought her two more. And they said, "Why did you faint?" She said, "I thought it were a little dog." She said, "I've been stroking it for the past 10 minutes. The woman opposite, she said, "I thought it were a little dog and all." She said, "I've been offering it bits of biscuit." And what's more, it's been taking them. Oh, dear, oh, George. Oh, I'll have to go and find him, you know. We're a bit old to be out this time, you know. And he's been up in court on a rape charge. 87 on a rape charge. Of course, it was a case of mistaken identity, but he was so flattered he pleaded guilty. I don't know. We're getting on. I'm 93, you know. I'm 93. And I haven't got an enemy in the world. I've outlived a lot of them. But, you know, every ANZAC Day, I think, and I get a little bit sad. Get a little bit sad when you think of all the old friends who've gone before. Old friends like William, Henry, old Tommy. Where are the boys of the old brigade, fought with us side by side, shoulder to shoulder and blade by blade, fought till they fell and died. Oh, so steady and undismayed, oh, so ready and true. Where are the boys of the old brigade? Where are the lads we knew? Steadily, shoulder to shoulder, steadily, blade by blade, ready and strong, marching along like the boys of the old brigade. Steadily, shoulder to shoulder, steadily, blade by blade, ready and strong, marching along like the boys of the old brigade.